So is it penetrative sex? Is that what's happening with the ghost? And does that count as possession?
Or the door hits me, flies open, hits me, everybody starts screaming, and I hear my mother screaming.
Did somebody grab my butt?
I'm the girl that will crawl in the little tiny hole over there in the wall for 40 yards and sit in there and have an EVP session for a while.
See, that is the difference between you and us, Kim. You have no fear because you are so staunch about what you believe and perceive in the paranormal and what you can do, your own, your own
mindset.
level of, of skill set and all that. Where like Jesse, myself, and I'm sure even Jay, where it's not about we're not afraid, we're just stupid. We don't care. And this is the honest saying. Yes, we're all kidding aside, actually very smart guys, all three of us. But at the same time, we're the guy. If you say don't push the button, we got to push the button. You know what I'm saying? To see what it does.
See what happens.
Yeah, and that is definitely the three of us.
It literally burns us.
That's what turns you on to a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. It will drive us crazy if we don't push the button. We got to know.
It's right there. Let me push it. I want to push it.
So you have no fear. Was there ever an experience that you had that made you feel fearful or unsafe?
One time, I was asked to do a help call, and it was bad. It was really bad. I'd never seen anybody's face contorted like that. They literally thought she was possessed, and I was only in the house for 20 minutes. I left. It was above my pay grade at that point. I was
they needed a priest at that point.
I hadn't been doing it long enough. There was a demonologist present, and we let him take over the show because I wasn't really knowing what to do. I wasn't scared. I was just like, what's got this girl? Because I've never seen what I can't even describe it.
Like Exorcist, that shit.
Well, it wasn't so much that her face turned evil.
So her head didn't spin?
Her mannerisms.
When she says couture, she means more like not looking like her normal.
Right. She wasn't even looking human
mannerisms
for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She really almost looked like she was turning animalistic for about 10 minutes.
Right.
Was there like bone structure shifting?
It seemed like some. Yeah. I asked at one point, did she just go like caveman on us? Because what's up with the brow ridge? And somebody said, oh, I didn't really notice that till now. Yeah, and it was just really freaky for me. I was a young investigator. I hadn't been investigating that long. I'd studied it, but I hadn't done it. And to walk into something like that was just, I openly admitted this is above my pay ratio. I don't know enough about this.
You ever had something follow you home?
Yes. I'll tell you what.
I don't mean guys from the bar cam. We're talking about ghost stuff.
I don't. We won't talk about that. Yeah, I have had things follow me home. I'll tell you the freakiest thing is when I not talk about my childhood home, but when I start telling instances of things happening there, it makes other things happen.
This is very true. I can actually say that this is true. All right. And I'm not saying anything Kim's been saying before was a lie. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that
everything was bullshit.
But what I'm saying is, with you two guys, y'all haven't been around Kim long enough to know that the stuff she's telling you has happened or not, right? So for me, there are circumstances where Kim has talked about paranormal events that have happened, like, inside this house when she was growing up, that almost like a repeat of the shit happens in the area we're in.
I hate to use movies as metaphors, but I use Poltergeist as a metaphor where this is concerned, because while Poltergeist 3 wasn't all that great, the pretense was that the pretense was that the psychiatrist kept making Carol Ann talk about it, and that's what brought him back to her. He found her that way. I'm kind of like the same way. Let's see, my childhood home was 75 to 80, 81, 82. So when I'm now in 2003 and I'm in a completely different city, in a completely different home, telling somebody something that happened and my house turns into turmoil, we got a problem. So I was explaining this story to two young ladies at my house one night, right when I get to this one part that was pretty intense, the door to our room slams. I get up to go out. All the lights go out. I get up to go out the door hits me, flies open, hits me. Everybody starts screaming, and I hear my mother screaming. She's now, not only can I not get through her bedroom door, I can't get into her bathroom door, and she's in the shower. There's no lights anywhere. I can't find her. She usually kept her cigarettes and her lighter right on the end of the kitchen counter. Couldn't find it. I found her cigarettes, no lighter. I went into my dining room because I knew there was a little jar of them, and something shoved me into the dining room table. I literally went over a chair. The girls are still screaming. My mother's still stuck in the shower. I finally get a flashlight that I remembered. I go in there. I pretty much almost had to take the door down to get in my mom's room. I told the girl, stop screaming. You're freaking me out. You're freaking me out. It's not freaking me out. Get outside. Go outside. So I get my mom, I get into the bathroom part. I get my mom out of the shower. I get her in a robe, and I sit her outside on the porch. And as I go out the door, my mom goes out the door closes on us. And I'm thinking, I hope it's not locked because we ain't getting back in, you know. But at that point, nobody wanted to go back in the house.
Absolutely not.
They heard me and saw me go over the chair.
Is that something that's common with paranormal, like with?
I'm a big sage person.
Would it be possible for that, or is it possible that that particular spirit follows you?
Yes.
Is attached to you?
Yes.
As to the house or an object or something.
Well, the thing was, we all went outside. And it was really weird because I lived at the back door of a church, a really big church. And the church was all lit up, but nothing else on the block was lit. So I said to my friends, let's just walk over there into the light for a minute. One steps on the ground, the next one steps on the church ground. I step on the church ground and my whole house lights back up. It's like we went to church and it all cleaned it out. It was really weird. In all, it was about a 40-minute experience. If she was here, I still know one of the girls. She would tell you that story needs to be told. That was fucked up, Kim. I don't ever tell me no more stories again. That was terrible. And the next day, I had like a bruise on my face right here where the door got me. It was really bad. I mean, I had a whelp. And my mother's like, don't tell stories no more. Don't tell stories. Just don't. Just don't. All right.
Do it. Well, would you like to tell some stories?
No, I don't want to tell stories. I'll tell you other stories, but not that house.
What would you suggest to do if, like, let's say, for instance, you go do an investigation, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously, no one wants to bring no shit home. To try to, because I don't know, there's been, speculation of people praying or doing something.
I'm big on
I just don't want to bring no shit home.
Jason's been very worried about this every time we've gone out to investigations.
People after each investigation,
right.
Especially if it gets a little intense.
Okay.
Because, you don't want to take that home with you.
Yeah, I definitely don't. Among
also,
other things, I definitely don't want to bring that home.
A lot of times when I've done lectures, people will ask me, how can you believe in God and do what you do? I said, honey, if I didn't believe in God, I wouldn't be doing it, because I couldn't do it that way. I just couldn't, because God is my talisman.
So sage and prayer.
Yeah, Jesus is your co-driver.
After every event.
All right.
Every time.
Apparently salt your front door.
Yeah.
I've only salted twice. Yeah, I've not felt the need. I mean, in the back of my ghost kit, there's holy water. I've never once had to open it. But people, this is the thing. Like, people watch TV
What's
shows.
holy water taste like?
Holy.
I would say, in my honest opinion,
you notice how I looked at Chance, because he would be the one.
It would taste very, very like
water.
Imagine taking like Dasani, right? And say Evian, Zephyr Hills Spring Mill water. They all taste the fucking same. It's not going to taste any different.
It's not going to taste any different.
Yeah. The only way I could see it maybe tasting different would, it's like maybe if you were possessed or something, had some evil attached to you, and then you drink
burn the shit out of your
holy water, maybe it would be really hot to you. Yeah, I don't know.
I've been in places that I will say were hostile, that had intent, but I never felt the need to break out the salt, the sage, the holy water. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't sage on the way out, but no, that's the point of being there, is to investigate it, not to flee from it, not to try to put something down to keep it contained.
Yeah.
No, that's about the time you want to start trying to communicate.
And see, and here's the deal with that too.
There's a difference between
When people go out to do investigations at all these locations, we actually had talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but this is one of the shows that's not being, aired on Amazon Prime. So I'm just going to talk about this for a second. We were talking about how like a lot of paranormal groups go out there and they just sometimes do some, lack of a better term, stupid shit.
Yes.
Out there on
There's a lot of
investigations.
stupid shit out there.
They'll wind up like there's been people that's been trespassed off of these properties stuff because they never asked permission to be there to begin with. You have people that'll show up and everything's a goddamn demon and going crazy on these investigations, running like a bunch of children playing tag, screaming through the house and everything. Here's the deal. When you are at that location doing the investigation, you're the guest. You need to maintain yourself at all times as you are the guest. You don't own the place. Don't get crazy. Don't act stupid. It's like we've already had, Kim and I was having this issue here recently where we had multiple locations that we wanted to get into to investigate for our new TV show that we're filming. And they are taking 0 paranormal people. They don't care if you're with a TV show, network, or anything else. They don't give a shit. They've had too many teams who have came in there and done some really stupid stuff. And I ain't talking about like, let's be fair. There's paranormal drama across the board, and everybody, my team does it better. My team does it better. My team does it better. We don't do this with my team. Oh, we do this with my team. Oh, we like Ouija boards. We don't like Ouija boards. So on and so forth. But anyways, long story short is because of all that bull crap, it's been screwing stuff up. So like Kim, when Kim goes to do an investigation or we go do an investigation, we like to, kind of like when we go camping, leave everything as you found it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
yes.
there.
And if a venue requests for you to keep the Ouija boards out, then keep the Ouija boards out. It's the venue's request.
Yeah.
Your opinion matters not to them. They asked you not to do it.
Yeah.
And stop
So
stealing
don't.
shit.
And stop saying shit.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
a big one. That is a
Like
big one.
there was a venue. There's a venue that I wanted to get into really bad. And I worked with these people for 4 months to finally get paranormal courtesy to get in there. And he said, okay, we'll start letting people in. Well, I hadn't booked us in there until November. 2 teams went ahead of us. The first team screwed it up for everybody.
Yeah.
They left their garbage. They were asked to clean up and take all their garbage out. They left food everywhere, cans. They were asked not to smoke on the property.
So
There were
you're a
cigarette butts up
big
there.
advocate of respecting the grounds.
Respect the grounds. I
There we
mean,
go.
seriously. If they ask you not to do something or to do something, just do it. I mean, they're being courteous to let you in there.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
we got enough ignorant out there. We don't need more of it in the paranormal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because unfortunately, these stupid things keep on going. Because like I said, this isn't a one-off. This is turning into a trend now because there's multiple locations that people used to be able to get into to investigate that you can no longer get into now because of people doing stupid
yes,
stuff.
and like, I'm not going to pick any particular TV show at random here. I'm just going to say a TV show. If you're going to scream and yell and cuss and provoke, they're probably not going to let anybody back in. If you start getting
Because
loud,
it's going to be angry.
yeah, I mean, they're not. If they say, let's not provoke, invoke, blah blah blah, and you're in there cussing at something and saying, "Come on, get me, motherfucker!" No. Don't
Yeah,
You know
piss
what?
it off.
Here's
no,
the
if something
wait,
slams you
but-
down the stairs and you get mad and you have that
But see, here's the funny
cuss
thing about
reaction.
that we just talked about towards the beginning of this show that actually makes this actually funny.
What's that?
For half a second, let's reach down and the bottom of our cockles. Okay, wait, that's a little too far. Bottom of our hearts, okay? At the end of the day, like we've discussed before, we don't know if this stuff's real or not. It could be just weird scientific anomalies that we come across every so often when we're doing these investigations. It may not be anything what you would term as a ghost. So that means there's grown-ass men standing in a room going, "Come at me, bro," to nothing. You know what I'm
nothing,
saying?
yeah.
They're doing it to their imaginations.
And the other thing is, don't deem everything as violent or hostile. You spend 30 minutes on a EVP
Now let's talk
session
about Jesse.
saying, can you make something move? And then suddenly the kitchen pot, the pot on the stove goes flying out in front of you. Did you see that? This son of a bitch tried to hit me. No, you asked it to move something.
Yeah.
And it did. It just happened to throw it your direction.
it's not hostile. It did what you asked. It's trying to communicate. Why are you going to start
See,
insulting
I've
it?
never got that either. People on an investigation are like, okay, if you're here with us, we want you to make a noise over here. We want you to knock on that wall. Let's over here. They do it, and then they fucking scream and run. It's
Yeah,
like
I never understood the scream and run policy
never got that
a lot
either.
of TV shows have.
I don't get me wrong. I know
They
as
always tend to wanna
television, you
break
got to
down or
sometimes
call it
make
a
things.
night when it starts getting good.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're gonna do it, stay for the good stuff. you
Yeah,
know?
don't get me wrong. I understand that with like anything, you got to make it a little dramatic. Got to make it stand out a little bit. You know what I mean? But when it comes to a point that like you ask it to make a noise, and it's not like it did anything bad. Like let's say like a giant slam, something that startled you and made you run. We're talking like a simple little, and that's it. And dude, they scream and run, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, cabinet doors and regular
It's like a girl
doors,
from Connecticut
if
losing
a
her credit
door
card.
opens
They
or
scream like that and run.
closes,
Yeah.
people freak.
Do I?
Doors.
Oh, yeah.
If
They
a
work.
door opens and closes,
Yeah.
a cabinet door opens and closes.
It's working properly.
That's what you're there for, though. I mean, like you said.
What?
you
It
know?
sleeps in the cupboard. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it wanted to come out and say hi. Shut the door behind it. Why are you running?
Could be Tinkerbell. You never know. I mean,
Yeah.
If you're
Could be
there,
tingling.
if you're there, I want you to move this box on the table. Shh, motherfucker! Go run
Yeah,
and
I always-
scream. And dude, I tell you right now, Jesse can attest to this. Jay can attest to this. Kim can attest to this. The normal will hurt you a lot faster than paranormal.
Yeah.
Yes.
You go running in the dark,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna get
yeah.
hurt sooner or
When
later.
I used to
It's not
tell
an
my
if, it's a when.
parents that there were ghosts in our house, my mother would always say, "Don't worry, ghosts can't hurt you. They'll just make you hurt yourself if you act
Yeah.
stupid."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, but he's not in your closet, Mom. You know, what do you do?
No, like I said,
I feel sorry for kids.
Me and Jesse
And
actually
dogs, animals.
talked about
Yes.
this on a show a long time ago. Jesse, I'm gonna refresh your memory here. The woman who was having sex with a ghost.
oh yeah, ghost sex.
Yep,
What?
ghost sex.
What?
So if ghosts can't hurt
What?
you,
Yep.
if ghosts can't hurt you, but could give you an orgasm, how the fuck does that work out?
what?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we have
so-
to.
about?
Let's
this
go with this
lady
conversation
Okay,
for a
had
wait a
second.
minute.
full-on relationship
see the
with
movie
the ghost.
that
So
was
hold on,
based-
hold on 1 second. One at a time.
She had a full-on relationship with the ghost. Everything. It was in media. It was in newspapers,
Yep.
magazines, on TV.
I want to say she
that
was
the one that married him?
Ireland, I believe, where she came from.
something like that.
Yeah.
But not only did was she having sex with this ghost,
All right.
she got married to the ghost, divorced the ghost, left the ghost for another ghost.
Did they get married on the boat?
I don't recall.
Because I did see some shit about
I don't
women
remember
marrying
them
a
getting married
ghost
on a boat.
because you can't physically or legally marry something that's
Oh,
a spirit.
apparently
Bro,
she did.
Here, but you have to go like in the ocean somewhere, like it's outside
Yeah,
of
bro, she
International
was-
waters.
Yeah,
she was
international
bitching
waters.
because remember this one where she would come home and all of his ghost friends would be hanging out. You know,
What the
Does-
fuck?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dead serious, bro.
Dead serious.
Dead serious.
And
No,
she
then that's
was
definitely
too.
not the one I saw.
But I have questions. And
I
now
have
I
a
can,
lot.
and now
Yeah.
I can ask this. So, is it penetrative sex? Is that's what's happening
Okay,
with the
see,
ghost?
I legit
And
don't
does
know.
that count as possession?
No,
He's
that's
he's
not.
inside
Fucking
you.
question.
Not in your mind.
That's some solid fucking. That's some damn. That was
Okay.
like detective work right there coming to that one.
Again,
figuring that
I'm a
one
little
out.
older
That's a
than
damn
you
good question.
guys.
What?
But there was a case study. The movie was based on a true story.
Okay.
Even part of the story was documented by UCLA. The movie with Barbara Hershey, The Entity.
Oh yeah, the entity. I forgot about that movie.
Yes, and
Yeah.
UCLA actually has documentation. Texas woman suddenly starts getting raped by a spirit.
Yep.
Happens in front of her children. Happens
Documented
in front
case.
of her man.
Yeah.
She can't get any help. She doesn't know how to stop it. It's spontaneous. She gets this one professor who puts her with the university to try to document this. So they rebuilt her house inside the gymnasium at UCLA and tried to capture it. Now, in the movie, they used hydrogen and froze it, and it was just basically a big energy mass. But word is that this woman never got rid of it. Her and her children had to suffer it, and her children were now grown and gone. It didn't follow them, and it was still with her to that day.
So this is a true story.
It was supposed to be based on a true story. I read the book. I saw the movie.
Typical Hollywood. They make a story about something, twist everything around,
they
make
can
a
make
complete
it
and
worse
utter
than what
horse crap.
And then you never know what's true and what's not true.
Conjuring,
Exactly,
They
yeah.
have to juice it up. It's entertainment. It's not documentary.
That's not very entertaining. That just literally brought down the whole show.
if you've never seen the movie, it's intense.
All right, we're going back to the fun stuff. Not talking about the R word or SA. So, yeah, this woman was married to a ghost, and allegedly, like he was saying, she got tired of his crap, fed up with him. He was like an old, like a sea shanty kind of guy, too, which, well,
whatever that means.
Yeah. At that point in time, it's kind of like, well, you're the one who chose to be with that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Let's face facts, sailors, we fuck everything. So she should have known a long time ago not to hang out with a ghost like that. All right.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
Mama told her better than that.
Yeah. So she finally got divorced, got together with another ghost, and got this hardcore relationship going on. But like Jesse said, he brought up a valid point. So if this is real and this woman is really having sex with the ghosts and so on and so forth, does that mean that ghosts could physically hurt you? Because if they can have sex with you and manipulate your, sexual genitalia,
Well, there are those that get scratched, get pushed, have their hair
but
pulled.
like, I'm sorry.
wanna see a ghost.
It takes a long. It takes more than just like a scratch or a touch or anything to give a woman an orgasm.
I could just,
Okay?
I was just picturing like
Could
being
it
on an
hurt
investigation and, like you always hear about oh my God, I got scratched as a demon. You had that one guy in the crowd, like, he's like, oh.
Somebody grab my butt.
Can you do it again?
Do it again.
Let me know that you're really there.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
No, I was
what if
addressing it more to the can they hurt you thing.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but
I've had my hair pulled pretty
why?
bad.
Why? But to the extent of how they can hurt you. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like there's scratches and stuff. It's all well documented. It happens. Blah blah blah. But if a ghost is having sex with somebody, especially a female, guys, we can do whatever. Females, it takes a minute for give a female an orgasm. How is a ghost doing that? And how powerful
See,
is
that
this
right
ghost?
He's got
Everybody knows the
extreme
female
energy.
orgasm does not exist. That's a lie. We already know that's a myth now.
Yeah, you go with that.
If she's having ghost sex,
Well,
These
Wow,
are
thanks
unanswered
for the dead air.
puzzling questions
No,
of
I-
the
we
universe.
we should have her on the
Yes,
show
yes.
and start asking her questions about that shit.
I'd love to
I
interrogate.
tried to
Did
reach
he
out.
work?
That wouldn't be an
he didn't
interview.
say
That would be an
interview. He said he would love
interrogation.
to interrogate her.
Yes, it would be an interrogation.
Cover your ears real quick.
Can you show me on the doll?
Did he
where
work the
ghost touched you?
clitoris? You know what I mean? Like, was he really, hitting that G spot? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because, like you said,
It's a G thing,
does
baby.
it go to possession? Like, because if he's
That's
inside her, literally.
That's why I was asking if it was penetrative sex with the ghost.
Right.
Because if it is a literal penetrative sex, how is that happening? How long has this been going on? And where can I get some?
That's going to be some serious.
And if it's penetration sex, like Jesse brought up, does that count as possession?
Yeah.
And-
He's inside her.
But seriously, if they can do that, now, all right, I'm going to take this lady at her word. Okay,
I don't know.
Okay.
ghost having sex with her. Let's say we'll call it 30 minutes or whatever, right?
Okay.
Imagine getting the shit kicked out of you by a ghost for 30 minutes. Like the exact
And nothing
opposite.
you could do to stop
Yeah,
it.
you can't fight back.
Right.
You can't do anything.
I call bullshit. Sorry.
Well, see, here's the
I'll go
crazy.
Exactly.
Here's the,
I
I
can't go with
absolutely
the, I'm
believe it's
having
bullshit
sex
for
and
sure.
marrying
Yeah.
a ghost.
At the end of the day, yeah. Do I think the lady just has some serious problems that she
Well, can
needs to
she
work out?
conjure up an orgasm? Because,
Or-
if you, really, because you know how you do your zen, you get into that kind of.
Oh, like the tantric stuff,
Right,
like tantric sex.
Maybe she
That
just
is
conjured
like
up herself mentally.
Well,
I'm sure she could probably do
tantric
that.
sex is actually having sex, but you're extending out how long your orgasm lasts,
Right.
stuff like that. I don't think that there's a way to like just mentally make yourself have an orgasm.
No?
I don't think
I mean,
so.
for
I mean,
women-
could be wrong. I mean, brain's pretty powerful.
I mean, I don't
Well,
think
if
for a
these
man,
things
but
weren't
for a
happening,
woman.
we wouldn't have the terms succubus and incubus.
Her dildo is named the ghost.
I mean, when you think
I would
about
just say
it,
that one.